In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make this baggy shirt sleeve. If this is what you like to learn, please come on and let's get into the tutorial. Welcome back everyone. If you're a new subscriber, you're welcome. Now let's get into the tutorial. These are the measurements you are going to need for this shirt. So the first thing I'm going to do is to get my sleeve. Right, so the length of my sleeve is 11 inches plus 1 inch, which is 12 inches, and that is what I have on my paper right here. I'm going to mark the bicep, which is 4 inches, and I'm going to mark it on the other side as well, just here. I'm going to mark it right here, and I'm going to connect it with my ruler, just as you can see me doing. That being done, so I'm going to, the armhole I'm working with is 12 inches for one side, so I'm going to mark 11 inches there. Whatever your armhole is that you're working with, just minus 1 inch and mark it on this line right here. So I'm going to connect this line to the angle, to that angle like this, and I'm going to connect the lines. I'm going to mark the line just like this. So I'm going to get my tape rule and divide this line into 3. I have 12 inches right here. Then I'm going to divide that line into 3, which is 4. I'm going to have a mark on a 4 and on 8 and on 12. I hope you understand. So I'm going to pick up my, trying to see if it's equal. I'm going to pick up my marker and make it visible. So on this first point, I'm going to come up by half of an inch and mark it right here. I'm going to mark 1.5 inch here, just like so. Then I'm going to connect it with my free hand, just like this. As you can see, I'm going to take my time and connect it just like so. So I'm going to, from the middle point to the last point, I'm going to come in between, get the midpoint and come down by quarter of an inch, sorry. So I'm going to connect it just like this. So I'm going to mark it properly again to make it visible, so you can clearly see what I'm doing. So I'm going to mark 1 inch allowance. I'm going to extend it to 1 inch allowance here, just like this. Then I'm going to measure what I have there and make sure it is 12. So I'm going to measure just like this, and I hope you can see what we have there is exactly 12 minus 1 inch, and we have 13 plus the 1 inch. So I'm going to come down here by 1 inch, which is for my sleeve length allowance, my folding allowance, so right there. Then the armhole sleeve round I'm working with is 10 inches, so I'm going to mark 10 inches right here, just like this, and I'm going to connect it with the ruler just like this. That being done, then I'm going to try to cut it out. So before cutting it out, I'm going to fold in this 1 inch right here. Fold in your allowance. You can actually make it of 2 inches or 2.5 inches or 1.5 inch allowance, depends on how thick you want this part to be. So then you start cutting. So we are going to see that we have a sharp edge at that point. So that's the essence of folding before cutting. So you can see what we have right here now. So I'm just going to cut it just like this. And after cutting, now, so I'm going to cut it on my fabric now. So I've cut it out now, and this is what I have. So I'm going to be cutting two pieces of this right here. So this is the second one that I have cut out. So now I'm going to reduce the armhole like this for the front part. You know, the front armhole is always deeper than the back armhole, so I'm just going to use my free hand to reduce it. So because this is for a shirt, a baggy shirt, it does not have to be really so deep like that. So I'm just going to cut it just like this. And what you're going to do now, we're going to cut this part out now and cut it out on the fabric. If you have any question, please, you can kindly ask me and I will answer you. So just place your fabric like this and place it in the middle just like so, and make your corrections. So I'm just going to cut it out. You can see the excess we have. I'm going to be cutting it out right now. Just watch the way I'm going to cut it out. I'm cutting it out now, and I'm done. So the next thing I'm going to do now is for you not to make any mistake, so that you not go and cut. I know there are some mistakes that we make by the time I want to cut this on the second sleeve. So just place this second part, just place it right here. Place it and let the good face be up. Then the one, just make sure that the good face of both fabrics are facing each other. So the one that you have cut is going to be the one at the upper part. I hope you understand. So you can see the excess at the down part. Just make sure you place it like this so you won't make any mistake. So you can see the excess I have right there. So I'm just going to trim it out now. I'm just going to trim it out just like this, and I'm done. So the next thing I'm going to do now is that I'm going to fold in the 1 inch. I've ironed my 1 inch allowance just like this. Then I'm going to fold it again, so you can actually make use of your hemming gum right here, or you stitch it down. Either ways is fine. So I'm just going to do that right here, and I'm going to, so after doing this now, I'm going to come to this side and I'm going to hold in my 1 inch allowance right here. The 1 inch allowance that I've added, I'm going to hold it in here, and I'm going to repeat everything that I've done on this sleeve on the second sleeve as well. So I'm going to show you the outcome now. So this is it after I'm done. Then I have to iron it properly so I can have a neat finishing by the time I am done. So ensure that you always iron anytime you make a stitch, so you have a neat finishing. So after doing that now, I've notched the middle area there. So I'm going to I've picked the clothes now, the fabric, the bodice. Then I'm going to come to the armhole area. You can see it. I'm going to just pick the armhole area. The part that has joining on this sleeve is this part is the part I'm going to be joining to the side of the bodice. I hope you understand. Yes, just match it like so. Open the areas, open this sides like this, the excess we have there, the allowance you have there, open it up, and so that your clothes can relax properly. You can pin it down. After pinning it down, pick this side that has notch and match it with the side the shoulder side that has joining, and place it on each other like so. So you can also pin it down if you want. Then after doing that, make sure that they are matching. Then you're just going to sew around with half of an inch. Sew around with half of an inch round, and we are done with our sleeve. If you have learned something in this video, kindly subscribe, like, and share my video. Thank you for watching, and then I will see you in the next video, which is our notched collar shirt, a baggy shirt notch collar. Thank you for watching. Bye.